Well, good afternoon, folks. While all the geopolitical nonsense and the true geological stuff going on and all the claims of geopolitical being used to make geological, as in geoengineering and geo this and that and the other, I've been having my own geos. Can't hardly get work done for anything without something breaking. Saturday morning trying to catch up on paperwork and stuff because I got in so late the night before. I didn't finish out work for the job. I was so tired I managed to just eat and go to bed. Got up gradually and got all that done. Had to do some personal stuff and get a big old fat check cut for a stinking doctor bill that the insurance didn't bother to pay. It was fun. And I get a message, need the backhoe this week. Okay, so all this time I borrowed the backhoe and still need it, of course, but it's got to go where it belongs. So that little gadget task isn't fixed. This mess isn't burned up and cleaned up or anything else, but that's okay. The machine's not mine. I'm so thankful to have been allowed to use it from my family and to try to help fix it a bit. Anyway, as you can see, I had a little issue I'm getting to here, and then had to work on the Peterbilt. Started from one problem and then another, and remembered I had new switches and this and that and the other, so about 4.5 hours of labor with a little bit of assistance, and had some lights fixed and some switches replaced and other switches set up, and still not absolutely certain if the mirror heat's going to work because we got power to it again, but I don't think it's working. It was much cooler than the passenger side, and haven't had fog or frost yet to know for absolutely certain. Got the fuel filter changed and had to rush through that because I had gotten a message about the tractor. So okay, get that out of the way, fire up the dually, inflate all the tires to a higher pressure for hauling a heavy load, hook up to the 3-axle gooseneck, reinflate all the tires because the temperature's colder now. And then, time to have fun. Well, not intentionally. See, I like to go mudding. I like to get out and sling rooster tails and have a blast. But all I was trying to do was drive over here to where near the tractor was parked and make a left-hand turn there where it went straight. And I couldn't do it because there was 1 to 2 inches of water running through here. No, instead, thankfully I was already in four-wheel drive low range with that old Dodge dually, because I got over here somewhere and I could feel I was sinking, and I put my foot on the floor, wide open throttle, all the way to stop over there. And walked over and found the pipe broke right at the wellhead. Ran and shut the breaker off, and then walked out through the field. Okay, where's the end of the water? Well, somewhere over there was no more water flowing. We didn't bother to walk over that way far enough. Okay, I think I don't have to go try to wiggle through a place that's not meant for this rig to go through. I'll just go all the way along the fence line over there. Yeah, buddy, the ruts over there are much longer. Good thing the neighbors weren't asleep yet. I guarantee that 5-inch pipe on that truck would have woke them up. Anywho, so this is what happened. Right here, it had a PVC threaded fitting with a PVC pipe stuck into it. Basically, this setup right here was over here. And then it had a compression coupling with an O-ring like it right about here. Well, each time this has had to been worked on, the ground had shifted, and the pipe had to be dug out to lift up a little bit or down or this and that. And well, the pipe that you can't see because the water's still standing had raised been lifted up to reach this. This valve was not here. This quick coupler was not here. So when I took loose here the pipe, then I dug underneath in the morning because I couldn't find the fittings at home in the evening. Didn't have one. I dug it all out before I went to the hardware store Monday morning. Got the pipe down flat, and it was lined up about here maybe. So I had to get an assortment of fittings. I got a glue-on type. One of these I already had. Got some of these. I got some L's in case I had to replace this, and some T's like this one also. I didn't get any straight couplers for some full reason, and I had one. I'll get to that in a moment. So I went ahead and I cut the pipe off to put this on, and then cut another piece, leave enough space in case I need for repairs in the future or something. But this way, if there's a problem anywhere away from this well, I can turn my valve, shut off the water, and I still got a little faucet, so there's some flowing water for a hose. I can't stand shutting off the water to everything for one little leak in a house or something. So as I've moved forward trying to put in new pipes and stuff, I'm adding valves all over the place. Yeah, they're expensive, but it's a lot easier than shutting off all your water over one piddly little leak. Hint, hint. Well, as I stated, I didn't need any T's. I went to put this part and glue it together once I had this all here and this loose so I could rotate it around. Had to rotate this a little bit to get it lined up because it was actually pointed this way. Even though the pipe was there. That was part of the tension causing problem. Didn't make any sense. I went to put the fitting here after having the glue on. It's 1.5 inches. Well, thankfully I had this little T for putting a faucet like somewhere else. I intend to use it in the future. Well, I chose to use that instead of a T like this one so that I could thread a plug into it, which there is now, because thankfully I just happen to have one the right size. Everything already had water flow out of it because I forgot to do that before going to load the backhoe, while all this dried for an hour or two to load and secure the backhoe with 6 chains and a bunch of boomers. So it's all together, no leaks. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, no empty trailers available for me, so hey, I'm gonna get a little exercise. That's why I brought a regular old garden hoe, grubbing hoe, new handle, nice old antique head in it, good and strong one, not none of that cheap junk. It's all one piece of steel. And then a mattock. And so in case if it's too clumped together hard, I can get it with that. This pressure relief here, I've still got to figure out what's going on. I had put a new one, it spit out every time the pump came on and off. So I put the other new one, spit out every time it came on and off. So it was dumping water right down here while I'm trying to have this insulated and not freeze from the outside and inside at the same time. And I thought, well, it kind of rolls back in the well so it don't make a mess. So I gave up, just put a pipe thread in there, gemmed old piece of hose on it, and it's actually just wide open so it can spit on the ground but not be directly at the well. This is just one of the things I use to cover it, as well as all this pile of mess here. That tub I put out here under that faucet this past summer during the drought, and I had tires right up against here with a pile of boards across the pipe, put rocks in there so that the wildlife could get some water, because I got fed up with snakes getting up in the yard for water, including venomous snakes. So some of those snakes didn't live very long, and the other ones I slung out the yard and chased away, like the one that was trying to eat a frog that was way too big for it. Poor frog died anyway because I screwed up and put him in a little dish of water so he could rinse off, and he never hopped out. Anyway, I like frogs and turtles. And here it is. So, if you haven't already subscribed to channels of my friends on Hardneck Farms, Wendy, Greg Allison's multiple channels. Early this morning, he did a very important update on green Gregs. I didn't even know how much kind of garbage is flying over our country from who knows where and being dropped by our fighter jets. But that's been going on more. There's claims of geoengineering having been used to cause the earthquake in Turkey. I personally doubt it, even though I'm fully aware of what things are used for geoengineering and whatnot, and the antenna arrays and stuff. But there's usually telltale signs before something happens if such equipment is used. And here, I'm more concerned with having running water and wondering why my field is sinking around my, well, yeah, it's settling. I put cactus in the hole over there. It should be growing strong, but it gets too much water. But yet I could swear maybe the ground is still settling there because the cactus was taller before it froze this year. I don't think it shrank that much, and I don't remember there being a dip here that held a bunch of water Saturday night when the water was running for hours and put thousands of gallons across the field. So hey, maybe there'll be a nice crop of hay for somebody to come cut. Anyway, do all you can to be prepared and aware and all that, and try to inform others, because the more people are taking care of themselves and learn how to be self-sustainable and doing stuff for themselves and gathering their necessities and learning how to do without them and getting hand tools and this and that, like it's wise to have numerous of those so you can pass them out to people to help you. If they want to eat, they can help you grow some food and preserve it. Please make others aware, because just like I can't come help you, you can't come help them. We don't need all them knocking on our door or trying to knock our door down. So make sure you can take care of yourselves. You can stop fires or any other thing that's going to harm you. Get zeroed in, folks, okay? With whatever it takes to take care of yourselves. Peace be a blessing to others, and I pray that you all be blessed in all your necessities, and thank you for being a blessing to me with your comments and shares and likes and all that on this dinky little channel. Take care, and don't squat on your spurs, or a cactus for that matter.